After hundreds of hours on the road, scorching heat, freezing nights, you name it, I've pushed this gear to its limits. Let's break down what held up and what didn't. From daily commutes in 115 degrees heat to those winter rides nearly freezing. I've used this setup for almost 5 years. This isn't a spec sheet review, it's what gear looks like after you really live in it. So we're gonna start from top to bottom, starting with the AGV K1. As of why I picked this helmet, see, the main reason was I wanted a helmet that was between $200 and $250, and this fits right in. And also it had an aerodynamic design with 5 intake vents and 2 exhaust vents. It also has these speaker cutouts which you can mount a comm system, which was cool. I had that in this, but not anymore. The other thing, I had DOT and ECE 2205. At the moment, it was like the latest ECE certification that was available. Also, the color scheme, as y'all know, I love this color, the fluo yellow. Right now, with how it was riding with it. So in the heat, it was doing great. Plenty of air going in, and these 2 exhaust vents really helped. But in cold weather, this would get really cold. Even if I closed all 5 vents, that just wouldn't help. I still was getting air somewhere from here, which led to it being cold inside. And this helmet didn't come with a pin lock. So in cold weather, the visor would fog. And the pin lock was like $60. I mean, it's fair for an entry-level helmet to not have a pin lock, but still, it would fog a lot in cold weather. This, as y'all know, is tried and true. I've personally crashed with it, so it saved me and it did its job. For the size and fit, AGV used to have X small, and then medium small and medium large. But now they moved to only X small, medium, large, just like the rest. So for me, I measure around 54, 55 centimeters. So I went with the small, thinking I want it snug, but not too snug. But then after a week of me wearing it, it started to not be as snug as it used to be. So true to size, what was on my part for not picking the X small so it can stay snug all the time. So back in 2020, this was one of the few options for budget helmets or entry-level helmets that had a cool design, like this spoiler. They say it's functional, but it looks cool, right? And then as we discussed, these have 3 vents on top and 2 on the bottom, which you can open and close from down below. It also has this, I can't show you the feature, but it kind of pops the visor. So when it's cold, it can push air through, so it kind of helps with the fog, but it wasn't enough. Also, the speaker cutouts, also a good feature on this helmet. Overall, it had some pretty decent features. So for the things that I liked about it, obviously the look and the design, the fact that it's AGV, so also cool. Having these speaker pockets was a plus for me because I was planning to get a comm system. But that's kind of it for the things that I liked about it. And for the things that I didn't like about it, is obviously how loud this helmet was. So I started on a naked bike, so I thought maybe because the bike is naked and all the air is being pushed directly against you, but that didn't change the fact that it was a loud helmet. Even when I got the CBR and the wind wasn't directly hitting me, I still was having some problems. But I think you should wear earplugs regardless, because ear damage is something that I take seriously. Now, would I buy it again? If I went back to 2020, sure. But as of this moment, there's plenty of other options that do the job better while keeping the price down. So I'll be making a guide video about choosing gear and helping people get the right thing for them. Now, it's time for this, the Aero GP 550S. As I mentioned, I was looking to get a quieter helmet, and also I wanted to get a helmet where the visor is 2D, and what that means, it means the visor is going to be flat, and that helps a lot with the vision distortion. Because although I did not notice it that much on the K1, it was a big difference when I switched to this. So why this helmet specifically? Well, I was looking to get a helmet that had an FIM certificate, and this one happens to have one, and in the same sizes that I wear it, so that worked out perfectly. Plus the color scheme, which I really like about it. Aero always does some cool designs, and I'm all for that. Also, one of the big key features. This helmet is a lot lighter than the K1. So on paper, it's only about 200 grams lighter than the K1, but when you put it on, you can feel the difference. This one is so much lighter. Like sometimes it doesn't even feel like you're having a helmet. So switching from the K1 to this was night and day difference. I mean, it opened a new perspective for me of how good the helmet can be. This one is much quieter, lighter, and also it comes with a pin lock in the box, which is amazing. If you don't know what a pin lock is basically an attachment that you can add to your visor, which can help it not fog when it's cold. So that's an amazing thing. It's a $50 add-on. That's so cool of them to put that in the box. It also came with the black windshield, and I also bought another iridium silver shield. I've had this helmet coming up on 3 years. I mean, the quality of this helmet, the interior of it is much nicer. You can tell it's a premium quality helmet. Yeah, it may not look as brand new, you know, like these scratches. I think I didn't do that good of a job cleaning it, but nothing actually went bad. Like nothing in the interior, nothing in the exterior, everything works perfectly. So it does have this big spoiler over here, which I personally love. Behind that, there's 2 exhaust vents, and in the front there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 total vents, which can help the helmet keep you cool, and you can have a lot of options where you want the air coming in. So that's also cool. So 8 total vents, 6 in the front, 2 in the rear. They work amazing. So this visor has a super cool mechanism. Basically, all you do is you push this and then you switch it. Bam, it's off. And then you do the same thing from the other side and the visor is off. Super easy. And then if you want to put it back, same thing. Push it in, you lock it. As easy as that, which is incredible. I really like that feature about it. So it also has pull-in straps for emergency, and that's also a cool feature to have. If somebody had to pull the helmet from your head and they didn't know how to do the double D-ring, they can simply pull the cheek pads and it would be much easier for them to pull your helmet off. As I said about how light it is and the visor being 2D, and that makes it better for your vision distortion. So this one doesn't have vision distortion as much as the curved one. I mean, this helmet is loaded with features. So I got this helmet surprisingly not that much more expensive than the K1. The K1 I got it for $250 shipped. This was, I think, $320 shipped. And it came with a pin lock, an extra visor, an overall big upgrade for me. So it was on sale, but still, just the add-ons alone is more than $100. So if I had to do it all over again, I would just go with this instead of getting the K1. But then again, I didn't have a lot of gear knowledge. What I really liked about this helmet, how light it is and how the vents work. They work amazing, especially in the summer. And how it looks, I love that. Side profile looks amazing on it. Is there anything that I don't like about it? The only gripe that I had was when I got the Cardo, I couldn't fit it in because it doesn't have a speaker pocket. That was one thing, but it's not a deal breaker for me. So would I buy it again? I mean, absolutely. I'm also, I don't need a helmet, but you know how riders get addicted to buying new gear. I'm thinking of getting the new GPA 800, which is their new flagship helmet for racing, and it's also FIM certified. So I don't know if I should get that maybe after 2 years, since the helmet's gonna be 5 years old. And if you don't know, after 5 years, every helmet should be replaced due to the chemicals and the structure of the EPS inside. Now, I don't have a lot of info as of why that happens, but I do know that you need to replace your helmet every 5 years. Moving on to the Ixon Vortex 3. So I got this jacket 3 years ago, and the reason I got it, I only have the Alpine Stars jacket plus textile, but this is fully leather. And as we all know, leather is just superior in terms of protection. But when it comes to summer, I just can't use this thing. Even with the inner waterproof vest off, it still lacks a lot of airflow. But that's not why I got it. I got it because it's fully leather and offers the best protection there is for your upper body, other than getting an airbag, which this is suitable for airbag or compatible. So this exact jacket is amazing. And as you can see, it has like pre-curved. So essentially, it has these arms bent in a position where it suits the bike. It's very comfortable when you wear it. It's snug. It was super tight, but then it kind of formed over my body. But the thing is, as I mentioned, I just can't use this in the summer. It's way too hot. So if you watched my video where I talk about the crash and how it happened and what gear was I wearing, I was wearing this jacket. It has these scratches, but doesn't affect the safety of it. So it has this race home, which doesn't really matter for me because I'm not riding track, but I really like how it looks, not gonna lie. And it has these shoulder sliders and the elbow sliders. It also comes with these waist straps to adjust how tight you want it to be. It has 2 outer pockets and I think 2 inside. Let me check. So this is the inner waterproof layer that I talked about and kind of acts as a windbreaker. I mainly keep it when it's super cold outside, but when the weather is nice, I just take it off. So I did notice that it has 2 pockets with this extra layer. So without the extra layer, you got 2 pockets inside and one over here for things that I want to keep dry. It's a waterproof pocket. So in total, it has 5 pockets, 3 inside and 2 outside, which is impressive for a leather jacket, especially a sport leather jacket. And it can be 7 pockets with the extra added layer. It also comes with a connecting zipper, which you can connect if you have the pants, the leather pants with them. So what I really like about this jacket is the safety aspect. It has AAA safety rating with the CE level 2 elbow and shoulders, and the back protector. I already have a level 2 back protector, so that works so good for me. I will say the only thing that I would complain about it, if you're not used to the weight of the jacket, when you first put it on, it may feel heavy, but you'll get used to it. But the good thing, all of that weight is kind of distributed evenly across the body, so it doesn't feel heavy in one spot. But once you get used to it, it's not really a big of a deal. Now, would I buy this again? I'd say yes. I mean, I crashed with this thing and it held up so good. Plus, it's a $500 jacket, which I got for $370. So, was it $370? 3 something. Yeah, I'd buy it again. I think it's worth it. Now for the Alpine Styles TGP V2 or Air V2. I don't really remember. It's been a long time since I got it. So this was my first motorcycle jacket. I was looking to buy a textile jacket because I want to kind of do it all jacket. So it has a lot of breathability, as y'all can see, but it also has a double A rating for sliding. So that's a good thing. And it came with CE level 2 shoulder and elbow protectors. As y'all can see, I have a theme with the yellow and the black, so I like that, obviously. And this thing did not disappoint. I mean, I probably don't use this much in the cold weather anymore, but it can handle it. If you layer up, this can handle it. In the summer, y'all see my video, this thing rocks. The ventilation on this thing is amazing, and because it's a textile jacket, it's lighter and more comfortable for the everyday ride. So for fitment and sizing, for reference, I'm 6 foot and 158, 159-ish pounds. I fit perfectly in this in a size medium. And it's important to note with these textile jackets, the fitment out of the box is the final fitment, basically. It's not like the leather where it needs a break-in and kind of adjust or adapt to your body. This is gonna fit as is out of the box. I didn't have any crash with this jacket, but it's not like the leather jacket where if I crashed in it, I can reuse it. This textile jacket, or any textile jacket, basically, if you go down, you can't just reuse it. This thing is gonna be, cooked. It's gonna be torn apart, but it will save you, at least for the one time that you're using it. So this is kind of an old version, or an old jacket. But even then, it was one of the first jackets to have the Alpine Stars Tech Air Vest capability to add it in, which is amazing. I personally don't have it, but it's a good thing to know that's compatible with this. What I really like about this jacket is how much air flows and how light it is. I mean, the V3 of this and the V4, the elbow and the shoulder, they made them sea level 1. Textile itself got downgraded kinda from double A to single A, but they made that so it can be lighter and more usable, I guess. But I have no problem with this, so I don't see why you'd do that, especially when you're paying the same price as this. And I honestly got nothing to complain about. You know, it's a complete package with a fair price. Unfortunately, they don't sell them anymore. Would I buy this exact version again? Absolutely. Would I buy the newer version? I don't know about that. Just like I said, they made them lighter, but less, not as durable as this one. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't tried them. Next up is the HRB's armor jacket. So now that you've seen my other two jackets, you're probably guessing, why did you even get this if you had those two? So the main reason for me was I wanted to kind of have a casual look sometimes, not always have the big bulky leather jacket or the other textile jacket. Whereas this, I can wear under my hoodie, shirt, anything. And if you'd see me, you wouldn't guess that I was wearing all that gear underneath. This thing up in a new perspective for me. It's so comfortable that I just can't believe it has all that protection and it being this comfortable. When I had uni, I deadass would wear them all day, more than 10 hours. And then when I'd come back home, sometimes I'd be too tired to change, so I'd just take a nap with them. This is how comfortable these are. I barely even notice them. That's a cool feature about them. In the cold weather, you can layer up and it would be fine. But in those hot summer days, this can be a bit annoying, especially if you wear it underneath your clothes. You can't just, take it off just like the jackets. But it works fine with decent weather. I'm not sure, but I think I got this as a large, which per their size chart fits true to size, but sometimes the shoulder can move a bit. So I guess we gotta bulk up. As I said, I only had this for almost 2 years, but didn't run into any problems with it. It held up just fine. One of the unique features it has this chest protector, which thanks to the zipper design, it's not interfering with it being on and off. So what I really like about this, it's really comfortable and you can wear your normal clothes, go on a ride knowing that you have this protecting you. And I also like the fact that it has sea level 2 all around. So sea level 2 back protector, shoulder, elbow, and chest. That's amazing and I love that about it. It also has this waistband, kinda acts as waist adjusters, but without you actually adjusting them because it's stretchy. So that's also cool and still nice and tight, even though I've used it coming up on 2 years. With that all being said, is the abrasion resistance. This thing has single A rating, which I don't think it means anything. So if you go down, this thing's not gonna have any abrasion resistance. So keep that in mind. But other than that, I really can't complain about it. Now with this, Alpine Stars back protector is the KR1i. So I got this Alpine Stars KR1i back protector with my first jacket. I got it separately. Could have went with the KR2i, which is also sea level 2, but this has kind of a higher level of safety. With this white plastic being added on top, this thing is really comfortable, but not as comfortable as my Cherby's back protector, which the other back protector has the same safety rating level, but I think because this is older tech, they couldn't make it as soft and also the same rating as it has right now. Not really a big thing for me. I mean, it held up real nice. It's been almost 5 years and no complaints, but this thing seems to have better ventilation than the other back protector since it has a lot of holes all around, which really helps it breathe better. What I really like about it is that I can use it with my Alpine Stars jacket and also use it with my Exxon jacket, which is amazing given the fact that I didn't need to buy another back protector just for my other jacket. As I said, I also like the breathability aspect of it. The only complaints I'd have, when it's cold and you put on the jacket, this feels like a wooden plank behind your back, but 5-10 minutes, and then it forms around your body with no problem and you don't really feel it. That's pretty much it for this one. And yes, I'd buy it again. And I also forgot to mention for the HRB's army jacket, yeah, I also would buy that again. And now for the Dynasty Dirt 4 gloves. So I got those 2 years after I started riding, and kind of got them at the same time I got the leather jacket, which fits better with my leather jacket and also has a better protection if I wear it with anything else. This does a really good job when I ride in the cold weather, but when it comes down to hot weather, it's not that good since it doesn't have any real ventilations and it's not really made for hot weather. So my Alpine Stars gloves are small and these also are small. I did notice these Dynasty run a bit bigger than the Alpine Stars, but they're still tight, although the Alpine Stars are a bit tighter than them. So same thing applies for those. I did have a crash with these and they held up real nice. If you want to know more about them and how they did, you can watch my other video about the crash. Some pretty cool features that it has, this carbon knuckle and this pinky sliders. You can see it runs across the finger. This is what Dynasty uses to protect the pinky. Other companies, Alpine Stars and Five Gloves and some other companies uses the connectors, which they connect the pinky to the finger next to it so it can all be together. But this gives you the mobility and the comfort while also being protected, which I really like. It also has these sliders, wrist sliders, which if I buy any new glove is a must for me. It also has these extra grips, has a bit more texture where you can have a better grip on the actual bars, which is also a nice feature. So I do really like how comfortable these are. The main construction of these gloves are gold leather with some cowhide, and out of the two gloves that I have, these are my favorite. One thing I really don't like about these gloves, so my Alpine Stars is touchscreen compatible, whereas these they're not, and even on the website it says that it's not touchscreen compatible. But these, when I use my thumb, it does work. I don't know how, but it does. So yeah. But would I buy these again? I mean, absolutely. I love these gloves. They feel amazing. They have all the features and protection that I look into when I buy a glove. So yeah, I'd buy it again. And these Alpine Stars SMX2 gloves. So these were my first set of gloves. And following the same pattern with my jacket, I wanted something to do it all. I can wear in cold days, hot days. These work so much better in hot days where they have a lot of ventilations here and then down here also. And it's a short glove, so it doesn't restrict air going to the jacket. So that's also a plus for it. But on the other hand, when it's cold, you better have a hot running bike near you so you can get warm. So per Alpine Stars sizing chart, they put me in a small and they fit true to size. Now for the part they don't do a good job at, I get that it's a short glove, it's not crazy expensive, but when you pay $90 for these, you'd expect them to have no flaws in terms of build quality. I mean, I'm not talking about normal wear and tear like this over here, or it's getting dirty. I mean, that's a part of it, but what I'm talking about is the Velcro itself, it just wouldn't hold down. After 1 year of using it, it started coming off. So it can't stay like this for 5-10 minutes and then it just comes right off. So that's really frustrating and annoying for me. I was expecting something better out of these, but on the other hand, they do have carbon fiber knuckle protection, and it's also touchscreen or touch compatible with both the index and the thumb, which is probably my favorite thing about it. Something I really don't like about this glove, it doesn't have a wrist slider, which, as I've said, is a must thing now when I look into buying a glove. So for these gloves, I really wasn't too impressed, and they're probably my least favorite piece of all my gear. I mean, it's not terrible, but I did have better expectations for them. So would I buy these again? I mean, they're not terrible, but you can get something way better than this, and it has more features in terms of safety and comfortability and overall everyday riding. And these Alpine Stars knees and shin protectors. As for these Alpine Stars knee protectors, I got those when I first started riding, so I wanted some protection since I didn't have pants, but also I didn't want to just ride without any protection These are bulky and chunky, and they're only CE level 1. I mean, I guess they're better than nothing, but they do restrict a lot of air. So in the summer, I just did not put these on. And to be honest, I've only used them for about a year. But what I liked about them is that I can wear any normal pants and have some sort of protection. But I really didn't like the way that you gotta put these on. I mean, you got 2 3 straps that you gotta put on every time you put these on and off. That was kind of annoying. Plus, these were restricting a lot of air. So would I buy these again? I mean, they're only 40 bucks, so they're not that expensive. Well, I could have saved up and got a full pants instead. Now this Panda Moto 901 pants. As I've said, when I started riding, I didn't have a dedicated riding pants. So after 2 years of riding, I went ahead and got these. These are called the Boss DYN01 pants. These things are so good that you wouldn't even think that they're dedicated riding pants. They're really comfortable. As I've said, when I went to uni and then got back home, and I just wouldn't take them off. I would just go and take a nap. I mean, these things were so comfortable. Their sizing chart suggested that I got 34 in seam and 32 waist, which I got here, and they fit perfectly. I have no complaints about them. So I also did crash with these on. So go ahead and watch that to know how these held up. It has hips and knees level 1 protectors, which you don't even feel. They're so soft and flexible, and they got an inner layer that's called Cool Max. It actually makes a difference when you ride in heat weather. These things are better than using normal jeans. So what I really like about them is the casual look. They look really good, and how comfortable these are. I mean, look at them. They look just like normal jeans, and they're comfortable, plus the added protection. I mean, that's all I'm looking for. I don't have anything that I actually don't like about these pants. I mean, they do everything perfectly. So, would I buy these again? Absolutely. I love these pants. Moving on to the Alpine Stars SP1 V2 riding shoes. These were my first riding shoes. And just like my other first gear that I got, I wanted them to do good in everything. So I got the ventilated version, which can be better for hot climates and rides. These are actually really comfortable. You wouldn't even notice that you're actually wearing riding shoes, and they do amazing in hot weather. And with cold weather, you can always have thicker socks on, and they do just fine with these. So I wear a size 49 EU or 9 US, and these do actually fit true to size. I mean, when I got them out of the box, they fit perfectly. So as I said, I had these for almost 5 years. I mean, as you can see, they do have some normal wear and tear, but the thing that I really didn't like about them is how these got cracks. I don't know why this side has them, but this side is totally normal. So maybe I got a bad one here, but it is something that happened in almost a year of riding. These shoes actually use the same base sole as the SMX6 boots. They do have some pretty good sole on them, and I really like how much grip these provide on the pegs. I also got these heel guards. They got them on both sides, but you only need them on the left since the gear lever that you're actually using on the left leg. And then I guess they put it on the right one just to be symmetrical. I really do like these strap-on mechanism they do have. I mean, it's really simple and easy to put on. These are really cool for what they are, given that it's $200 shoes. But one thing that I don't like about these is that they don't have any ankle support. They do have some pretty good protection down low, but then when you go up towards the ankle, they just fold. So that's something to keep in mind. They did make it better with their newer version, but I haven't tried it, so I can't really give you my take on them. These are amazing boots, but would I buy them again? I don't think so, just because they're around the 200 mark, which you can get a much better boot at this price point. I mean, right now you can get a 120, 150 pair of shoes that has the same features as these. So my only gripe about them is the price. It's kind of steep for what it is. I would buy them if they were cheaper. I wouldn't buy them again if they were the same price. Now with the Dynace Torque 3 boots. Now with the big boys, the Dynace Torque 3 boots. So as I've said with my other shoe, they didn't have much ankle support, which I didn't really like. It's good to know that you're always protected when you're on the road. I was looking to get a full-size boots just because of that, and I'm so glad that I picked these boots. These things are really comfortable. They do amazing in cold weather, but not so much in hot weather. especially if you have a lot of stops. If you're moving, you're fine, but if you stop a lot, it can be a problem. But I use them anyways. I love them. For the size, as I've told you, I'm 42 EU and 9 US. And when I got these, when I first put them on, they were so tight, like I barely can fit on them. But given that they're all leather, they do require break-in period. So when I'm around the house, and then they just fit me perfectly. I didn't have any problem from there. This thing is newer than the other shoes, but I did crash in these, so that's why y'all see the scrapes and all these scratching marks. But these did an amazing job and protected my legs. So they do have these titanium toe sliders and sliders all over the boot, so that's always a plus in my book. Again, we got the heel guards over here. I really love how they look and the way they put the zipper in the back, which makes it more accessible for you, or kind of easier for you to put on the boot. At first, I was skeptical about it before I bought it, but after I've got it, I think it's the best thing ever for boots. They do use YKK zippers on their boots, and they do have some calf adjusters. As you can probably tell, I really love these boots, and I would absolutely buy them again. Oh, I also forgot to mention, these also provide amazing grip on the pegs, so it's also a plus. I just wanted to point out that I paid for everything and I'm not sponsored by these companies. I mean, I wish, but I'm not. So this is my honest thought and opinion without any filters. If I had to recommend only one item from my gear, it'll probably have to be a helmet. I mean, these things saved my life, like literally. I was gonna rank each individual piece and then make a list of the best item that I had, and then the least favorite or the worst item that I had. But then again, I thought about it. When I first started riding, I thought I had the best gear ever. But then again, I tried new gear and then I was amazed and I was like, alright, so there's levels to this shit. So that one makes me not want to do ranking, because what if I test new things and then, oh, the 10 that I put right now is not actually a 10. It's only a 10 because that's what I had experienced. So I think best thing I'd do is, if I review something, I'll tell you if I'd buy it again or not. I mean, that tells you if I'm satisfied with the product or not. Then again, I'm just telling you what I like, what I don't like, and then what's the actual features that it has, and then you can make up your mind. Anyways, here is personal. What works for me might not be your thing. But the takeaway is, you don't just buy what looks good. You do your research, you see if it suits your need, and then you pull the trigger on it. That was it for today's episode. Subscribe if you want to see more rider tested reviews, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.